Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Biodun and I make content on personal development and lifestyle. Today I have in the studio with me Abisola. Abisola, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, she will be joining me on the discussion that I felt it is very important and what's considering in the society today. Driving success through your potential is what we'll be looking into today, and I think this is what everyone should listen to, and I'm sure you'll be blessed by learning from what we have to say today. Thank you. Bisola, please speak to the viewers who want to know more about you.
Okay, well, it's nice to be back here actually. My name is Abisola. An economics student of Obafemi Law University.
Okay,
I'm a digital marketer and I'm a product manager.
he's already telling us some of his potentials.
Well, on one side, I'm also a designer, though not in full
What do
like
you
that.
design? Let's start from there.
Graphics.
Oh, are you an expert already or you're still learning?
No,
Is it
I'm
a
still
potential
learning.
already or
I'm
it's...
still learning. I have the potential of knowing it
Oh, okay.
very well, actually, of being an expert. But I'm still learning at the basic, actually.
All right, just like I said earlier, I'm very happy to have you here. She has been on the show. I think she appeared on the first episode of my talk show, and that was last December. It was very nice video, and that will be the very best video that I really have interest in watching and watching again because of some of the content she delivered from through the program. Bisola, let me ask, what do you understand by potentials, and how can you best explain it to people watching you?
Hmm. Well, potential is the ability to do something. Is the show that you can be best at anything you put your mind into, anything you have interest in. So the aspect that shows that okay, you can be best at it, you can be an expert, you can be a professional, is that is what is known as potential. Like having the ability to become something or someone.
Okay, someone was rightly saying that potentials doesn't really mean it's working already, but because you have the capacity in you and that it's likely going to work for you if you keep doing it. So, what are potentials that you've seen around us today and you've seen little people, little ones doing it in your maybe in your society?
Well, if we keep numbering it, it's more than enough actually. But the ones I know that it's very close or that it's very common is people who are talented in art, craft, and sometimes singing, anything that has to do with
Yes.
music actually, instruments, singing, dancing, and the likes. Then there are some potentials that, I mean, there are some things that you actually learn. It's not like it's from the inside. You just have interest in it. Like maybe some people have interest in barbing, hair making, tailoring, fashion designing, makeup, things like that. So all those ones too, when you are learning them and you are seeing that okay, you are making progress, you are moving forward, you are not stagnant, that shows that okay, you have the potential of knowing how to do this thing. So potential doesn't really mean it is working, but the fact that
You know it's going to work.
you know it's going to work and you are seeing it that okay, in the future you're going to make it in this area or you're going to deliver on this aspect. So that shows okay.
That's potentials. Like
Yes.
you mentioned something, and I think I would like you to speak more about it. Some of the potentials we see around us is likely to be inbuilt. Some of these potentials are inbuilt. It's not even what you develop along the line in life. Is this true, or what do you have to say about it?
Yeah, it's very true. There are some things, or should I say some professions that some people they know how to do and they didn't learn it anywhere. Like my younger sister now, she can make hair. She did not learn it from anybody. So
Okay.
those are, I mean that is an example of some that it is inbuilt. Some people know how to sing right from when they were young, and some people they have to bring professionals to come and teach them how
Teach
to
them.
sing. So some are actually inbuilt. But I tell you, even if it is inbuilt, if you don't develop it,
It will still remain what it
it
is.
will just be there. You will still
It will
be at
just
the local
remain a
level.
potential.
It will continue to be a
A
potential.
potential.
You won't succeed in it. So
Okay, so now that we've understand what potential actually is, how do you bring it to work? If you really have something in you can sing, you can do craft work, you even have the gift of speaking in you. But I met someone sometimes ago and he said, for me to speak to the crowd would be very scary sometimes. And the person I'm talking about today can actually stand in front of thousands today to speak before he got to that extent, he used to be scared, he used to be afraid, and to even face three people then would be very scary. But today, I think when he grew up to some certain level in life, that when he got admitted to the university and after graduation, he's doing very fine after that. How do you bring your potentials into actualization? How do you make it work? How do you start using it?
okay, like I said earlier, potential will remain a potential if it is not developed. And funny as it may, there are some people that have even more than one in them. So, like, the topic of this discussion is driving your potential into success. So, what exactly is success? Success is the accomplishment of an aim. So, now, if you want to drive your potential to success, that means you want to accomplish a particular mission or a vision. So if you don't develop your potential, it will just remain in you. And how do you do that? You first and foremost, you need to develop it in you. I mean, you need to see it in you. Some people, they don't even know they have it in them. It's actually people that will start
That's
telling
the
them that
problem majority of people has. They
that
don't
start telling
even
them
know
that
it.
you have this talent, why are you not developing it, why are you doing this. Some people even go the wrong way. It's just the wrong thing that they are interested in. They did not even look inside of them. So the first thing is, see yourself in that potential at first. See it that okay, this is me, this is who I am. Okay, you can sing. See it that okay, I can sing. Not that people said I can sing. Know yourself that you can sing. So you have to first discover yourself. That's the first thing. If you don't know that, then any other thing is just by the way. So if you know yourself first, then you start looking, okay, I want to make it in this area. Because there are actually some potentials you discover and you just feel like, I'm not working on this, let me face this. So if you first discover yourself, then you determine that okay, you want to succeed in that aspect. So when you have that determination, then you start thinking of okay, what do you want to do? And that is when plan comes in. You have your plan, then okay, so in your plan you start having that okay, you set your long term goals and your short term goals. Then you start thinking okay, how do I want to make it in this field? Let's take what profession should I take for instance now? Let's say
Whichever one.
okay, so
Maybe a
maybe okay,
doctor.
probably someone doctor is doctor is not really
No,
is
some people have the
uh,
potential in them, like they start
well
like while growing up we have people who wants to be a doctor, and for you to they will hang earpiece on their neck and they'll
so
yes, as a sign that like what doctor used
okay,
to have with this
stethoscope.
what is
But
it that you call
I
it.
just feel
And
doctor
even
is
a
more of
nurse, even a lawyer, if you find someone who get engaged with arguments a lot, and
okay.
that's the potential that wow, this person should be able to defend the right of
Mm,
anyone because he can talk, or he or she can talk,
talk.
can really face crowd. She's bold enough to um, make his mind known. Then you must be looking at that person. That this person is. Then there is another way you can even identify it, your potential, and to make it grow to success. Like I have a little sister who would always follow my mom to the clinic. Each time my mom is going on night duty, or probably during the holiday when my mom is going to um, any of her duty, she will go with her. And someday she came back home and she was like, I want to be a nurse. I want to work in the hospital. What do you know about? No, I'm talking about a girl of 9, 10 years old, and she's used to that, and she wants to build herself to that. Not because she has it, the potential already. She doesn't know the future already, but because she's getting used to a kind of life, and she felt, oh, I think I can be good in this area. That's a potential putting into action. That's just another way to build a life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, that's true. That's true. I just
So
know
it's not
those, all this
necessarily.
profession, yeah. Did they have all this kind of
Oh,
there's this
it's
special
a
training
long.
for
Okay,
hair,
yeah, it's a
yeah,
long
hair, something like
process
that.
to get there. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Anyway,
Okay, so let me take public speaking for example. Okay, so you notice that you talk a lot. Don't just talk, don't just gist, don't just chat and
make it
shout and
towards
people know
work.
you that okay, yeah, this kind of person. Okay, so you notice that you speak, you talk a lot, and okay, start seeing yourself as a public speaker. You don't just say, I can talk to people, I can talk to people. Start putting it to practice. Maybe you just call everybody in your house one day, sit them down, start talking to them about something.
What if they
So
don't want to listen to you? Well, we
see,
are getting to that. We're
uh
getting to
you
that.
just okay oh, you tell them, let them know what you want to do, your intention. So you start using that one as an example. You start from your family member, then okay, probably there is a program in your community or even in church. You can even
You make a
you
space for
you
yourself
can
there
exactly. So you tell them okay, well, just give me 5 minutes to
to
just say
do this
something.
thing.
So you just by that you start, you don't just stay in the corner of your room and start thinking that okay, I'm good at this thing, and I can make money with this thing, but then you're not doing anything, you're just there, you're just planning, and you're not working towards the achievement of your plan. So those are the ways, I mean, that is one of the ways of bringing your potential into
Potentials into
success. Then
success.
another factor that I think affects that is environment. To discover your potential, actually environment matters. You see some kids that start shouting, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become, is because most of the people that surround them
That's a
work
bone
in
of
that
contention
field.
for many people.
Okay, so a child that grows, you see, some parents sef they'll tell you that okay, as my child is growing up, I would have start talking some things into his or her life. Not like I'll force her, but there is just the way you lure a child into doing something. So okay, you know that okay, your dad is a banker, your mommy is an accountant. So there's this way you set your mind into okay, either you want to be a what's that? Something that has to do with the banking sector or the finance sector. So because that is the kind of environment you grew into, except you go outside the box. So sometimes you just have to think outside the box to know your potential. And another thing that has to do with the environment is, you see this Nigeria, is another thing on its own, because I
Yes,
think
that
this present
environment.
Nigeria sef, you will discover your potential because
Well,
imagine
when it
ASUU
comes
is still
to
on
it's still on
strike.
strike. Well, majority of
Like
these potentials are not. You might not be able to gain them when it comes to, well, maybe academic wise.
mm-hmm.
No, so that's why I said when when you even have a potential of becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or a nurse, you will go through a long process to before you reach there.
Well,
So like a song, an actor, like a songwriter or an actor or a scriptwriter, or you have a potential of speaking like a public speaker, like you said, those kind of person can still develop it locally without even going to school. Now,
mm-hmm.
the environment might want to limit actually, but it's going to be to a little extent. You know, they have community meetings. They have like end of the year, like very close to the end of the year. They will always have maybe everyone in the, I don't know what it's called now, but I know people will come from traveling and they want to
Okay.
host an end of the year party. Through that place, you can just exhibit your gift. You have a gift of being a comedian or whatever it is that you like doing. You People even do magic. You have the potential of becoming a magician. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You can make it work in your community. So I don't really believe environment can be uh, a limitation to whatever it is you want to be in to a little extent,
Of course.
to a little extent. But when it's going to a large extent, then like if you are born in a very local area and your parent is maybe a petty trader or a farmer, I mean a typical farmer, local one, you might get it. It might be very difficult to reach some
To
extent.
think big.
Big to think big. Your thinking will not go beyond. Nevertheless, it's not the end to
Of
life
course,
actually.
of course.
So what I want us to talk about next is there are oh, we've been talking about it anyway, but there are hindrances to becoming whatever thing you want to become. What are ways you can prescribe that a ways to overcome those limitations when it comes to exhibiting your potentials and using it to achieve success?
Okay. Well, I think the answer to that is very simple. Know what you want. If you know what you want and you are ready to get it, there is definitely nothing that is going to stop you. No matter how hard it might look, you will keep pushing. Even if people are telling you you cannot make it, you see this area, what are you doing? You will not give up because you know that okay, you can achieve it. So it depends on you, your determination, your aim, your objective. And okay, like someone said if you want to succeed, you should learn how to create value, to give value. So
Okay, maybe you
in that
give
area,
to
like
others.
when you know that your potential is not just to make money, there is a way it keeps you going also. Because if it is money you want to make from what you want to do, you get frustrated, especially at the beginning, because you won't just start and
Start
you
making money
start
like
making money
this.
like
It's not
that.
going to be like
So
that.
it's not like that. So you start little. So if you don't know what you want, if all you want is just
The money.
the money, so definitely you get frustrated and you quit. In fact, you will quit early like you will quit early because the money is not just when the money is not forthcoming, then you forget about the goal and whatever dream you have. But if it is not money that is driving you, that you just know that okay, I want to give this thing to people, I have it inside of me, I don't just want it to be there, I want to give it out, I want people to learn from it,
From
I
it.
want to use it to impact
Or
people.
probably you just
So
want to
through
keep
that,
doing what you
it
love.
exactly.
Might
So
also
when you're
be a
doing
way.
something you love, something that you can do at your own leisure time, willingly without being forced, you just keep going. So with that, nothing will hinder you. Nothing. Though it might be tough, it might actually be tough,
From the
especially when
beginning.
you don't have support of people that are even close to you.
Yes, that's what I
When
want
your
to ask
parents
now.
are telling you that you
Kò
cannot
lè
do it,
work.
they have never done it,
Kò sẹ́ni
you
tó ṣe
can't
rí
do it.
lẹ́yìn like that.
So somebody brought
Yeah.
about Bob. I'm very sure when the person started, it would have been very tough because definitely there was no Bob before. So but the person kept pressing on, pressing on. So when you don't have the support of people around you, that will be very difficult. But I tell you, if you know what you want, you definitely go for it. So
Yeah, that's very fine. Yeah, but then there is a place of knowing people.
of course,
If you have
connection.
connection, if you actually want your potentials to be seen,
Yes,
you might not even have the strength sometimes to bring it out yourself. People discover people.
exactly.
Friends discover themselves like, oh, this my friend, you are doing comedy here for us. Everybody laugh, you crack jokes, everybody laugh to it. Why don't you take it further?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way people can help you. Oh, you have these skills, you can do this, you can do that. Why don't you try it this way? And like these are ways many comedians today have
Yeah.
emerged. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have our testimony of people who emerge. So in lieu of that, if you have a good potentials in you, like a good one, because there are bad potentials too. What should be your relationship with people?
Well,
Like
about the
with
in
people of no class or people of class? What should be your relationship to them? Because you
well,
never can tell.
in the connection aspect, I would say do not look down on anybody because
That's it.
you actually don't know who will help
Who
you.
would
You don't
help?
know who will be of help. The person might not help you directly, but the person might know somebody that knows somebody that knows
That
like
that's just
we are
life.
just connected in this life. So
That's
one
just
way or the
life.
other, you are just connected to some people. So that's why you don't have to look down on people. I can't really remember. I went somewhere and I was still saying, my name is Abisola, and somebody was like, we know you're ready. You do this, you do that. I was like, ha. And I don't even know this person. But then they've
Imagine.
just seen me somewhere doing that. So imagine that person is in a place where they need my recommendation. Like
Just have
where
recommend you.
she would have just recommended me like that. So you don't know anybody. And but then when it comes to connection again, you still have to link up with some set of people. You don't necessarily have to see them physically. Go like social media had actually make everything easy. You can just go online, browse to see people in your field. Don't just connect actually. So you don't just like you're a singer and you start connecting to those that are selling clothes. If you see them, oh, if you see them, you relate well with them, that is actually not bad. But when you go online, go to the social media, check on people that sings, you have your role model, you follow them up, like you start buying some people. I think I can't remember now. Somebody gave an example. She said she likes someone. She had to buy the person's book. Not because she
Yes.
really wanted to read it, I mean wanted to, but just to have connection with that person. So sometimes you do some things that are actually out of it just to get connected. So you go online, you link up, you go to gathering, go to symposium where
Yes.
you meet people. And anytime there is a gathering that has to do with your field, you go for it. Then get ready to spend to get what you want. Buy books, read books, go online, do research. You don't just stay in a corner. Fine, there's a place of developing yourself. And actually, it's in the process of developing yourself that you start looking out to people too. So when it comes to connection, social media is there to help, but at the same time, when you see people too, you don't look down on
On
them.
anyone.
You don't look down on anybody because everybody is just there to help. And go straight to when you see someone that can help you, don't beat about the bush. Some people just tell you, sell yourself for 5 minutes, and you're just there and you're still thinking, I'm not really sure, but I think I can.
Can do it.
Sell yourself at that moment. Some people just need one word and they are ready to sponsor you. So you don't just be serious with
Now,
yourself,
what is
right?
it is if you don't look down on people and
Mm-hmm.
don't look down on yourself, because
Exactly.
if eventually you get someone to help you, the person is also looking at somebody who wants to be helped. How do you look?
Mm-hmm.
How do you present yourself?
Yourself.
How, when you were asked to come and display what you know about what you know how to do, how did you display it? These are things they are looking up to in you. So while you're trying to meet people, make yourself
Ready to
ready
meet
to
them
meet them in any
and to meet up
capacity
to their
that to
expectation.
that's what I mean.
Because
That's what I mean. To
when
meet
they now give you
ready
the
to meet.
opportunity, you are now blabbering. Like
You said you
it
can
will
make
just
comedy,
slip
you can
away.
crack joke, and you are cracking joke for them. They are not even
Laugh.
laughing. So
Or they are not moved.
they are not moved because they will just be wondering, oh, and you're selling yourself
Yeah.
out without the actual potential. So this is it. Reaching your potential can be very long and could
To
be time
success, like
consuming.
mm-hmm.
Now, along the line, like it's long and time consuming, what should you be doing in reaching it before it finally reach success? Like, should you just keep doing it, or at some point you pause, or you start again, you pause? Like, people are like that. Please tell us more about it.
Well, to reach success, you don't have to pause because consistency is the goal. But to be sincere with you, it is not easy. But you have to keep pushing because if you are working, if you take a step forward, if you are meant to take a step forward and you take a step backward, you realize that to reach that point you are supposed to take a step to, you have to take two, if not more. So when you are working towards your goal, when you want to reach success, when you want to attain success, you don't pause at any point in time.
You don't pause
You keep
at any
pushing,
point in time,
but
whether it's
don't
good
rush
or not.
yourself. Don't rush yourself. Like
That's another way.
take it easy on yourself actually. Take it easy. Celebrate your little success. When you achieve something that even seems small, celebrate yourself. You deserve it. You worked for it. So and when it fails at a point, you don't give up. So that's the place of not pausing.
Yes.
The moment it failed, you don't give up. You don't stop doing it.
People
You
keep
keep
people fall.
pushing it.
You
You keep
just
pushing.
rise
You
again.
rise again. When you fall, you rise again. So it won't be as easy as it may look, or maybe you've seen people that have achieved it and you are just envy. See, if you are envying people, you will not go anywhere. So you have to know that okay, this thing takes time. And well, there are actually some goals that you have to put time. So that time will keep you running or slowing down. So that's based on long-term goals and short-term goals. Okay, in the next so years, if you set time for yourself that okay, in the next 3 years I want to achieve this, there's a way you work towards it than if you set 5 years for the same goal. So that one too is also involved. And in goal setting, your goal setting too must be smart. SMART. The S is specific, M is measurable, A is achievable, R is realistic, and T is time bound. So if you consider those five words, it will actually help you in the long run, because especially when your potential is for a long time. Of
Time.
course,
So
potential should even be for a long.
when
So
it's not, yeah,
so
potentials might not be for a long time, but the results
it will be for a
would be
long.
for a long time. So that's
Exactly.
why you really need to plan ahead for everything you want to do. So the planning can sustain you.
You
So thank you for joining us on the show today, and I'm proud to tell you that I personally have gained something from this show, and I'm sure you yourself will not be left out when you really go through it and picked what you need to pick from it. Thank you, Bisola, for joining me on the show today.
thank
There
you.
are more to potentials that we can talk about,
Actually,
but the little we've done is enough to keep you going. So maybe this will be the first part of it. So when next we come, we can talk more about it. Now, what I'm going to tell you before we go is the fact that there is no limit to what you can do if you are ready, dedicated, and smart with it. You can go as far as you want to go if you're not letting anything stop you. You can reach your target. You can get to your promised land if you are determined, if you're dedicated, and if you have focus. So before we go, Bisola, please round it up for our people, your word of advice, and what you want people to take home from this show.
well, what I like to say is when you're working towards success, if a plan is failing, learn how to readjust. You don't stick to a plan,
So a plan. So there should be
especially
plan
when the
B.
plan has not worked yet. If it had worked for a particular success, then you know that okay, this is what I did the last time. And really, what you did the last time doesn't actually mean you should do it for the next one. So learn how to reset. Don't be fixed, be dynamic, don't be static. So in achieving your success, just know that there are failures too on the way. So, but the rising of you makes you actually success. And again, one thing that has to do with success is it's not about you just reaching your goal, it's about you passing it on to someone else. So you become successful when you have a successor. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on the show. I am Biodun Bakari, and remember, I make content on personal development and lifestyle. You can always subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow all other social media platforms to know more about what we do on this show. Till next time, we're saying good
Bye.
luck.